Namaskaram. Welcome to Sony Storyteller. Hi friends. Today I'm going to tell you a story about the victory of a son. Long back there lived a Brahmin. His name was Shivadatt. He was a great scholar of Vedas and other books and had defeated many other scholars. He had a friend named Ramdatt who was equally learned and wise. Shivdatt loved and believed in Ramdatt. Once Ramdatt suggested to Shivdatt, "Let us go to Patliputra, the city of scholars, and test our knowledge there." Shivdatt agreed to the proposal of Ramdatt and said, "Certainly we would go to test our wisdom and compare it with the knowledge of the scholars there. We would know our worth." So they left for Patliputra. When they reached a river quite near the city, they saw a woman washing clothes. They said to her, "We are travelers and new to this place. Please guide us on which place would be suitable for us to stay." The lady said, "I know that lions live in a forest, the fish live in water, birds live in their nest, and a king lives in his palace. But I do not know where the travelers live." Both were surprised by hearing her. This was their first encounter with a scholar in that city. Both proceeded ahead. After some time, they saw a child crying, despite the fact that there was a plate of delicious food before him. They said, "See, what a fool this boy is. He is weeping, though there is hot and fresh food before him." The boy laughed on hearing them. "I'm not a fool, but I'm sure you are. Don't you know why am I crying? Weeping clears the throat and increases the power of digestion." After realizing the child's cleverness, Ramdatt said, "Dear, the city is full of scholars. Be careful, otherwise we would be disgraced." Then both the friends proceeded ahead. After walking some distance, they saw a garden of mangoes. A girl was plucking the fruit. Ramdatt said to the girl, "We are coming from a far-off place. Will you please drop some mangoes for us?" The girl agreed and asked, "Okay, what type of mangoes would you like? Hot or cold?" To this, both the friends were surprised. But Shivdatt asked for hot mangoes, thinking that the word hot must be synonym for ripe mangoes. The girl dropped several ripe mangoes. Both the friends cleaned the dust on the fruit by blowing it away and started eating them. The girl commented, "The mango seems to be very hot, as you're blowing air to cool them down. Another method to cool them is that you could go to the nearby pond and dip them in the cold water." Shivdatt was greatly embarrassed to know the hidden meaning of the words said by the girl. Then he said to Ramdatt, "The girl is the most intelligent of all the people we have met so far. But I will teach her a lesson. Anyhow, I will marry her and take revenge." Ramdatt said, "I will be happy if the girl becomes your wife. But marrying her for taking revenge is not a sensible idea. She has done nothing wrong." Shivdatt said, "She has tried to degrade us by speaking to us in this way." Ramdatt said, "You yourself called her intelligent earlier, and now you want to take revenge. I think you should take her comments positively." He asked Ramdatt to follow her and find out her name, address for further actions. The girl started traveling to her house with a basket full of mangoes. Ramdat followed her secretly. On his return, Ramdat told Shivdat she is the daughter of Pandit Rangacharya and her name is Lakshmi. Her house is very near to this place. They decided to go to the house of the girl. The next day, they started reading Vedas loudly in front of the house of Rangacharya. He heard and came out. He saw them and thought they appear to be scholars. Let me talk to them. From where have you come? It seems you are new to this city. Shivdat answered him, we have come from Alkapuri and want to study here. Rangacharya said, you must be tired. Moreover, the rainy season is approaching. I request you to be my guest and stay at my house. Shivdat was happy to see that his plan was working out properly. He said, we can stay here but on the condition that you would give me the thing that I asked before my return. Rangacharya promised, certainly I will give you the thing if possible. At this, both friends stayed there. Pandit and his daughter Lakshmi served them well. She could not recognize them as the persons whom she had met in the garden of mangoes. When the rainy season was over, both the friends decided to go back. They told Rangacharya about their desire to leave. Shivdat also reminded him of his condition for staying. Pandit said, of course, I had promised you. You can ask for anything. If it is in my hand, I will grant it to you. Shivdat said, give me your daughter to me in marriage. Pandit was surprised, but thought, the Brahmin is intelligent, and my daughter will live happily with him. So he married his daughter to Shivdat. After the marriage, when Shivdat met her, he mentioned the incident of garden and said that she had degraded him by playing a trick on him and she should be sorry for her behavior. At this, Lakshmi said, you are a villager and hence slow to understand the meaning of a thing. Now Shivdat lost his temper and said, do not think yourself to be too intelligent. Now you will see how this villager teaches you a lesson. I shall go forever, leaving you alone here. You will remain here repenting forever. Lakshmi was not moved, and even if you go, you would return one day out of the love for your children. Shivdat thought, I will not leave with her. And as such, the question of children would not arise at all. Shivdat accepted the challenge of his wife. In the middle of the night, he got up and went away, leaving his wife alone. However, before going out, he took off his ring and put it on the finger of Lakshmi. Then he left with Ramdat. When Lakshmi got up in the morning, she found her husband missing. When he did not return, even after many days, she got worried. Meanwhile, she noticed a ring in her finger. The ring had the name and address of her husband. She decided to bring back him. She told her father that she was going to a holy place, as her husband had left her at the mercy of God. The father allowed her and gave money and maids to attend to her. On her way to the city, she purchased beautiful dresses fit for a dancer. When she reached there, she ordered to build a tent on the outskirts of the city. Her tent was decorated like a royal palace. Lakshmi changed her name to Manohari. Another dancer of the city, Rupali, came to meet and wanted to know about her. Manohari told Rupali that she belonged to Vaishali and had come here to study. The culture and traditions of the city. Manohari treated Rupali well. and extended her hand of friendship. Rupali was very happy and offered her palace to Manohari to stay. Manohari accepted her offer and shifted to the palace. Hearing about Manohari, Ramdutt, the friend of Manohari's husband, Shivdutt, came to see her in the evening. The guards of Manohari asked him to take a bath, which took a lot of time. Thereafter, he was asked to wear a special dress. Then he was taken to a room where he was offered delicious food. 2/3 of the night had passed, and when he reached the door of Manohari, he was stopped by the guard, who said to him, "No, decent person should come to meet a lady at this odd hour. You cannot meet her now." Ramdutt felt insulted and returned to his house. He thought that the lady was very intelligent, as she had very cleverly forced him to go back. He told Shivdutt about it, who was annoyed and wanted to take revenge. Shivdutt went to the palace of Manohari and bribed the guards at all places, and thus reached the door of Manohari easily. There he gave a diamond necklace to the lady guard and asked her to convey the message. "A person named Shivdutt wants to meet you." Manohari called him inside. Seeing the beauty of Manohari, he lost his heart to her and said, "You are really very beautiful. I have no words to praise your beauty." Manohari welcomed and gave him generous hospitality. She also presented the most attractive dance. When Shivdutt was about to leave the palace, Manohari requested him to come again. Shivdutt now becomes a daily visitor. One day, Manohari proposed to Shivdutt, saying, "I came here only to search for a life partner. Would you like to marry me?" Shivdutt, deeply in love with her beauty, readily agreed. Soon they got married. Shivdutt shifted to the palace of Manohari and started living there. When Manohari was pregnant, she expressed her desire to go back and told Shivdutt, "I am going on the orders of the king. Do not be sad, I will come back soon." But reaching on Patliputra, Manohari did not return. At the right time, she gave birth to a baby boy. As the child grew, Manohari taught him all the arts and skills. She also gave him a good education. This way, the boy became perfect in all arts. When he was about 12 years old, wanted to know about his father. Manohari narrated him the story and said, "Your father is a great scholar and learned man. His name is Shivdutt." Knowing about him, the boy promised to bring his father back. After receiving his mother's blessings, he proceeded ahead. There he made a thorough search for his father. Someone told him that Shivdutt was very distressed and kept himself busy in gambling. He reached the gambling house and recognized his father with the help of his features described by his mother. His father was busy gambling. The boy had also been taught the art of gambling by his mother. He was an expert in it. He participated in the game and soon won all the money the gamblers had. Shivdutt was very impressed by the boy, who seemed to be very intelligent. He asked the boy, "Who taught you the art of gambling at this young age?" The boy said, "I know many arts and have deep knowledge of different subjects." Shivdutt invited the boy to stay with him. The boy made a condition that they would tell stories to each other. At the end of the story, the listener would have to explain the hidden meaning of the story. The one who is unable to do it would accept his defeat and serve the other as a slave forever. He accepted the condition of the boy. The next day, the competition of storytelling started between the boy and his father. Finally, the boy won the competition. Shivdat accepted his defeat. The boy was now ready to go back to his mother. Shivdat had to go to Patliputra as a slave. The boy went to his mother with his father, who recognized Manohari but asked about the birth of the boy. Manohari clarified how she had done all this only to get him back. This way she proved her words and asked her husband, "Will you leave us again?" Shivdat said, "Oh no, never. The boy has made me his slave by winning the competition of storytelling." Shivdat was happy to get his son and wife back after a long time. Hope you liked the video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.